I'm Carol with Free Spirit Arts. I've got to mute the TV. I forgot to do that. Sorry, Tammy. Okay, so I can try with one hand to show you what I've learned with my scan and cut. Okay, so this is basically out of the box. I mean, it doesn't come with a lot of parts or anything. It comes with that, your mat, this little spatula to peel the stuff off, and you pull this down, and it comes with this little stylus to poke on here, but I just use my fingernails, and you turn it on. You have to make sure that you've got plenty of room back here for this to go all the way through. The one thing that I need to keep remembering is that arrow right there needs to point towards the machine. So you take this plastic off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, guys. One-handed, I don't know. We'll see. And then it's going to have to go maybe like right there. When I first started using it, it was way too sticky and it ruined my paper. Now I'm using cardstock and I've roughed it up a little bit, so it's really easy to peel off stuff now. So then put your whatever, these are the LOTV Christmas stamps, right? So I stamped them on here. Actually, that's not true. I made a copy. I have a digi of this one. So I made a copy, and then I made the copy onto this tan cardstock. And then I colored it. Okay. So you put it in like that, or on like that, I should say. This is so easy, you guys. You're just going to kick yourself. There's a lot more that you can do that I'm not going to show you because I don't know how. Now you go to load. And it's going to take it up. I'm going to load scan. I'm going to direct cut, which means I'm not going to store it in the memory of the scan and cut or any of that. Push load again. I'm not sure when you're supposed to push load, so I just push it until it loads it in. Select a drive. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to home. Scan. Direct cut. Why are you doing that? I don't want to do that. Let's try it. Last time I tried it, didn't work. Start. So it's going to scan it. If it would scan this to the actual machine and store it, that'd be great, because then I don't have to copy anything. The only difference would be it's always going to be the same color, but I can change that. Okay, so it's just putting it into its memory. Okay, so now it's asking me to take away these edges. So I'm going to just shrink it a little bit. See that? You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. I forgot one time and just went past it and it was fine. Now it's going to recognize it and figure out what it's going to do. Guys, this is so fun. These are so cute. You can get the stamps over at LOTV on Etsy, Lily of the Valley. And I prefer having the stamps, but before I got the stamps, I picked up, I think this is the only one, I can't remember. Okay, now this is the part, it's screwed up on me a couple times. Let's see if I can figure this out. See, it basically is just blocking out all the bold color. It looks right to me. It's not blurring any lines. Now it's asking me to select what I want to do. I want to cut and start. That's it, y'all. Seriously. I did that right out of the box. I don't even know where my manual is. I haven't read it. I keep saying I'm gonna put it downstairs on the coffee table, but I haven't. And it tells you about how long it's gonna take, about 1 minute. Uh-oh. Okay, so what it did was it cut around here, I think. So let's go back. I should have seen that because see, it's outlined. So let's go back here. Let's edit. Just gonna hit OK until I go. I'm gonna keep going back because I think it's right here that I fouled up. Ignore object size. This is kind of what happened to me last time. And it said there was too many images. We'll see. I had to go clear back to the home and not save it to the memory. Then it cut each individual one. And I don't know why that is. I'm wondering if it's because when I clicked scan it to the scan and cut, it put in this whole piece. So when I went to cut it, it cut this whole piece. So I may need to go back to the home and see if I read the instructions. It would tell me, but yeah, I can see it's gonna cut this. Okay, we're gonna go back to home. Delete. Okay. Now we're gonna go to this is fun. I haven't really ever scanned data, direct cut. I don't know why it's doing this part. Let's see if I can get out of it. No. So I have to get out of this. I'm going to turn it off. I might go ahead and just post this video too because, you know, this is the kind of stuff that is intimidating for me anyway. But you don't have to be intimidated. It's just going to do what you tell it to do. You just have to figure out what you're telling it to do. At least that's how I work at it. You know, that's how I think of it. So let's see if I can get it to not scan. This is a Brother SDX85C. I've had this just a couple months shy of a year. Whoops. I know that's not the pattern button because the pattern button is a bunch of patterns like stars and stuff that you can do. I watched Lindsay Weinrich. See, it's doing it again. Let's see if it'll do it. Matt's not loaded. We'll load it. We'll see. And there is a Facebook page for it too. When it was messing up on me yesterday, so we want to frame this image to right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go past this frame because I think that's what I did wrong before. Let's see. There. Not sure. It's fun to play with. Don't be afraid of it. The only thing I'm concerned about is I spent all that time coloring, and if it cuts through these, that will bum me out. I probably should have, well, I have a color copy on regular copy paper on my computer, so I could just make a copy, but boy, that's a waste of ink. Okay. My printer, I thought, was messing up, and oh, see, I don't see that line anymore. Let's see. We'll see. It says 5 minutes. I bet you that is going to be right. So that's, I bet you that was the problem. When I shrunk the window, I didn't shrink it past this line. So it saw this hard line. So when I wanted it to scan it, and then I didn't shrink it past this edge, I think the machine thought I was telling it to scan this square instead of these. I don't know, I'm guessing. Y'all, it's magic, really. I mean, I know it's not magic, but man, it sure feels like it. It just is so fast. So this is the other ones from LOTV. While we're waiting, I'll show you those. These are they're really rustic. And so I kind of even had a hard time getting a good stamp. So I just put, I put Stays on, and then I didn't like that. So then I put Memento and Cocoa Brown, and I just put it all over the whole sheet of stamps. And then I pushed it onto white cardstock. And what I'm thinking I probably am going to need to do, let me get over here on the table, is I'm thinking I'm going to need, because the Scan and Cut is so sensitive that I think, where am I at? I'm going to need to make a white, a space of some kind right here, or it'll just cut the whole thing. And like right here where there's a smudge, and these are actually, this is actually the stamp. This is how the stamp actually did it. But I'm thinking I'm going to need to white that out because it'll confuse the machine. It needs a hard edge, and it has to encompass the whole thing. If there's a break, then it doesn't see it as a whole piece. Like right there. I don't know what it's gonna do with that, but I think I'm gonna white it out. I just took these thin fine tip markers and did the edges just to make sure it had a hard edge. The other, you know, pictures I just did a rough scribble because once I distress them, it isn't gonna, they're not like, you know, fine artwork or anything. Almost done. And I've decided I am going to leave it plugged in. I had it over there against the wall, but I like it where I can sit here and watch it closer. I don't know, I might move it around a little bit. This cart, oh gosh, sorry guys. This cart is cool. I haven't had any problem sliding it. They are not the most sturdy carts for the money. I bet you we could get something else that's a little more sturdy. But it holds a lot of stuff. It holds all the scan and cut stuff, and which is not very much for the amount of money you pay for these machines. But I mean, you're paying for the technology, and the technology is definitely there. But I have been able to push the cart back and, you know, bring it forward and stuff. I got mine at Michael's and they were on sale. I say that because I normally won't buy anything that's not, you know, a big purchase like that. I usually wait, use a coupon or something, but they're not very sturdy. It says 0 minute, or no, what does it say? 1 minute. So if you have a scan and cut, get it out. If you haven't used it for a while, find a place to put it. Oop. Okay, so then you click OK, push it back out. Says when unloading, da 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 da. Don't pay any attention to that. Let's look at it. Where's the little spatula? Tammy, I have an idea about August. So this is what I've been having luck with, is just starting a corner. Look at this, you guys. I know you wanna do this too. I know you do. And you've got a stencil if you want to make a bunch of little frames. Then you take your little spatula. Can't do this one-handed. Let's see if I can. No, I don't know. There you go. No way could I print all this out that quick. All right, guys. There it is. That's what I know about my scan and cut. It works. I haven't gone into the instructions. I haven't read anything. I just started playing with it, and I hope you do too. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. I'm going to finish watching Tammy. Let's all take care of each other, guys. Bye.